guys and gals, Nary here from Drake Wing Gaming, and some of you may on Twitter, The Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you with another Let's Play episode of In Case of Emergency, Cedric's Path. So yeah, before we jump into it, just wanted to let y'all know that our Patreon is now up for as little as $5. Y'all can help support the channel, get some awesome rewards like permanent access to our community Discord server and full access to upcoming Not Safe for Work videos. Anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and jump right back in. Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. Alright. He lowers his shield against his thigh, panting slightly with exertion. Let's take a break. Wes nods to the fighter sprawled out across the sand and joins you at the door. Hey, been a weird day. What's up? It's not hard to notice that his expression is easier here, less guarded than when you'd met him in class. Maybe it's because he's been fighting, or maybe it's your arrival in this world. Maybe it's the way his fur is matted with sweat, his ample bosom heaving with every breath, like a woman on the cover of a cheesy romance novel as he runs a large hand through his fur on the top of his head. Whatever it is, he looks more relaxed. I was just looking around. Cool. Well, this is the training room. He gestures to the scene behind him, where his opponents are getting up and brushing sand from their pants. This is my shield. He holds up his arm. Engraved on the shield's metal surface is a simple design of curling ivy. The rim is lined with a decorative golden trim and wide metal bolts. It's taken quite a beating, but you can tell the metal is well taken care of. You see your own blurry reflection on its surface. Have you tried your sword yet? Yeah, I tried it out with Cedric. I didn't get very far with it, though. Wes nods. Cedric's pretty good. He's been training for longer than you. You know anything about fighting with a sword? Literally nothing. I would say I know about nothing at all. Here, let me show you. Wes motions for you to get in a ready stance, pretending to pull a sword from his hip. In the back of your mind, you think that you should get a scabbard for this thing. You've been carrying it around this entire time like a lost kid in a toy store. You want to hold it like this. Wes guides you through the basics of gripping the sword. Letting you copy his movements and stances. He shows you a few simple thrusts, how to follow through with your attacks, and how to maintain your balance while striking. You're not usually the most athletic guy, but it comes to you surprisingly easily. The sword begins to feel like an extension of your arm, and after a while it starts to feel like a very tired extension of your arm. Wes, meanwhile, doesn't seem to be flagging. His hand reaches for yours as he adjusts your grip on the hilt, fingers firm and calloused from training. You can feel the smooth band of a ring against your knuckles, where Wes's left ring finger brushes against your hand. It looks fancy, not to mention expensive. Can't help but feel a little curious. Cool ring, where'd you get it? This? It's from my family. He examines the back of his hand with a furrowed brow, like he's just as confused by it as you are. It's my father. It was my father's, and his father's before him. You know, one of those things that gets passed down from father to son. Like male pattern baldness. Yeah, sort of. My dad gave it to me when it seemed like I'd be taking his place. His place? One second, y'all. One time. At the company. Wes is usually terse, but he seems unusually so with the subject. Ask about his feelings! Nope, wait, respect his boundaries! Less talking, more touching! What company? What kind of company? My dad's. Well, it's actually a corporation, so it's not really his, but his nomination carries a lot of weight. You're gonna be his nominee? That sounds like a lot of pressure. Sure, I guess. I don't think about it. Wes crosses his arms like he does think about it, but it seems like that's all you're gonna get out of him. So, how about that end of the world stuff, huh? A bit of tension leaves Wes's body. He seems to appreciate the change in subject. I don't get it either. Remus has been dropping hints about the resolution for a while now, but we couldn't do anything about it until we had all three pieces. And now that we have you, well, I guess we could finally go after the heart and save the world or whatever. So what's the heart? Wes shrugs. Probably a rock or a monster you'll have to fight. Maybe a rock monster. It's not really my job to know more than that. I just have to hit things and get hit with my big shield, and I leave the rest of it to the other people. What happens after we save the world? What do we do then? Anything you want, I guess. Wes frowns in thought. Before this stuff really started happening, the world was different. Nicer. I used to come down here all the time. I'd take walks down to the town, explore, and sit by the river. The water's so much clearer here. You could probably drink straight from the stream if you wanted. You didn't just stay in the castle? No, it gets cramped in here. I used to help people out in town. Someone would get stuck under a cart or lose a family heirloom, or a monster would be ruining their farm. I'd fix their problems, and they'd invite me to dinner or give me money. I didn't need the money, and I didn't have to help them, but it was nice to do things just because I could. I liked having that choice. Do you still do that now? West shakes his head. The town was abandoned when the Resolution caught up to it. There's a big rift of void between it and the river now. The wells dried up, the grain stopped growing, people left. There was nothing left to do, but there was nothing I could do about it. Are you gonna miss it if the world ends? I guess, yeah. Mostly I'd miss hitting stuff with my shield. And being free to do what you want. Alright, no more monsters. That wouldn't be fun. Exactly. That's why it's important that this place survives. When this is all over, we should go and kill some stuff. You don't usually get asked to hang out and kill stuff. It's very flattering. Wes doesn't have a lot to say, but he lets you hang around a little longer, watching him go through his routine. Eventually, you begin to feel like you're overstaying your welcome. It's time to head out. Body and feet sore from your excursions around the castle, you realize it's time to meet Remus in the gardens. You're still not sure who the guy is. Cedric mentioned he was a king. Was that a circlet around his head? He seems nice enough, you suppose. He was polite, friendly, and seemed happy to see you there. You know, water time. Alright. That's more than you can say about most mentor figures in your life. You pass several of the castle staff in the corridors, all in period-appropriate garb. Most of them deliberately avoid eye contact with you, ducking their heads low and bowing briefly as they pass. One woman carries a basket of bread on her head. She bows curtly, torn between balancing her payload and showing you the proper respect she must think you deserve. The result is forced and artificial. Weird. You're not used to people treating you like this. Not that people are usually dying to make eye contact with you, but it's different. The people here clearly think highly of you. Whether or not you'll prove worthy of it is another matter. With enough wandering, you stumble upon a tall, glass-lined corridor with double doors that lead into the garden outside. The windows reach from floor to ceiling, enormous apertures that let in cool, natural light to illuminate the marble tiles. The garden is impeccably manicured, filled with perfectly rectangular hedges and neatly trimmed topiary. A menagerie of bushes groomed to resemble quadrupedal animals parade around the outside, smelling the flowers and ducking behind tree trunks with shimmering purple bark. The garden's centerpiece is a quaint gazebo with white rails and a pale wooden slab. Looks like the paint is still new, but it's been recently repainted or magically enchanted to stay that way. Standing just outside the gazebo is Remus, who tends to a thorny bush of blue roses with a pair of garden shears. As you approach, he greets you. Kieran, good of you to join me. Carefully balanced between his fingers, he holds 3 roses by their stems. He nods his head towards the gazebo, where a circular table of glass and iron awaits. He places the roses in an embossed vase on the table. I've never seen roses that are blue before. I grew them myself. We don't have those where I come from. They're rare here, too. This was the years-long work of several horticulturally inclined magicians. Now I have an entire garden full of them. His gaze scans the garden like a watchful steward, the king of his realm. If I had done all of his options, let's see. Is it real? Blue roses don't occur naturally, do they? Okay. Let's see. They're pretty. I grew them myself. Oh, okay. Alright, so. His gaze scans the garden like a watchful steward, the king of his realm. The sky is gray, but you feel the balmy warmth of the sun nevertheless. The smell of flowers and freshly cut grass is overpowering. Somewhere you can't see, birds are singing. If it's not real, it's pretty close to the real deal. So, this garden, was this all you? Do you like it? I've been cultivating it for decades now. It's beautiful. I've never seen anything like it. I didn't think royalty worked in gardens. Remus chuckles, the corners of his eyes crinkling with laughter. This one does. Gardening's a lot like ruling, except plants are much more resilient than people. Much more predictable, too. Plants are better than people? Oh, surely, but only because I'm a lonely old man with no friends. He smiles blithely at his own confession, apparently unperturbed. Second now, water time. Oh yeah, lug it down! What about the castle? It seemed like there were a lot of other people who wanted your attention earlier. Servants and subjects, certainly. Not quite the companions one is looking for. I found that it's easier to grow trees than it is to govern people. Plants only need water, sunlight, and some love. If you forget to water a plant for a day, they'll likely forgive you. That is provided they're not a particularly vindictive fern. Remus smiles fondly, lost in memory as he looks out over the lavish garden. But people? If you say the wrong thing or make the wrong choice, people remember. Bushes can be trimmed, stray branches curtailed. People are trickier. You're no stranger to that fact. Amen. That's enough about me. Who are you, Kieran? Tell me about yourself. Oh, I'm not very interesting. I'm sure that's not true. You're here, after all. Well, my name is Kieran. I was supposed to graduate college last semester. I'm a Gemini, and I like long walks on the beach and pineapple soft serve. You have good taste. And I guess I'm supposed to save the world? Absolutely, astutely observed. We would be lost without you, champion. What about your duties outside of this world? Surely you have other obligations you're sacrificing to be here. I, don't have a job yet, but I'm working on it. I actually just talked to my professor about this. I look like him. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Are you about to say that this Wolf King looks like your wolf professor? Do you think all wolves look the same? It's not offensive if they objectively look similar. No, it's still offensive. You remind me of my professor, actually. Oh? How so? Is he also a king, a benevolent ruler? Well, no, he's mostly old and weird. I just mean appearance-wise. I look old and weird? No, you just have similar looks. He's a wolf. Remus stares at you, eyebrows raised politely. I told you not to do this, and you did it anyway. I see. Quick, change the subject. Oh God, no, I don't want this. It's so awkward. Okay. I'm also taking a summer class because I failed my last GE requirement, couldn't graduate. A GE requirement? Yeah, like you have to take a range of classes in science or the humanities or some sort of physical education. Ah, sounds like you were being prepared to be a well-rounded individual. A series of memories flicker rapid fire through your mind. Showing up to class, joining student orgs, going to the gym, then skipping lecture, ghosting clubs, sleeping in, celebrating the night of your 21st birthday by heading to a drugstore alone to pick up a bottle of margarita mix, and being congratulated by a cashier you recognize from your first year writing seminar. There you go. It is, in fact, water time. Alright. He's dyed his hair green and gotten piercings since then. You're pretty sure you're still wearing the same gray hoodie you started wearing every day towards the end of that semester. Yeah, you could say that. Are you a specialist then? What are you studying in school? What are you majoring in? A real major. Choose quickly! This timer runs out in 2 to 3 years. This choice will mean everything and nothing. Economics. What you major, dude? Bet you read a lot of Gordon Wood, huh? I'm studying economics. Ah, seems to fit you. Does it? Let's see, is it all the same? I'm studying computer science. Ah, it does the same thing. I'm studying history. Ah, it seems to fit you. There's gotta be something. I'm studying math. already did psychology. Stupid. English. I'm studying English. Ah, okay. Let's see. I'm studying film. I'm studying engineering. Ah, there's a hair in my eye. I'm studying biology. Is it all the same? Jesus. I'm studying philosophy. I'm studying theater. I'm studying chemistry. I'm studying art. I'm studying education. Okay. I'm studying music. I'm studying physics. I'm studying accounting. I'm studying politics. Okay. All of them were the same. Alright. Alright, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and pause it right there. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Anyway, before I go, I'm going to go ahead and give a quick shout out to my lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank y'all for all you do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your donations every month. And thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silvermoon. Thank you for going a bit above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. You're awesome. And thank you to our gold tier patron, Amr. You are awesome, sir. We love you, and we hope you enjoy your new icon. Anyway, y'all, if y'all want to get your names in the credits, this is as little as $5, and y'all get access to my Not Safe for Work videos as well. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!